Hello everyone, Alchemicgree here. Welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. In the last video, we covered a very long video in which we had to deal with, the actual, yeah, there's a lot I have to still do. Basically speaking, I finished up the last bits of, of the Wicked Heart, Wicked Lies, and Wicked Face. That basically went to the Winter Palace. It was a very long video. I think that is by far the longest video I've ever done. We met up with Morgan and all the other things, but ideally speaking, we are now opening up to a big parameter. There is now the we're going to be doing more Inner Circle missions. So I'm going to be focusing very heavily on the Inner Circle, but we're going to definitely start with this Revelation thing before we go to Emperor de Lune. Go from there. But before we do that, let us take care of the War Council. Building efforts are progressing well, but there's a little we can do about the Red Lyrium. Seems impossible to destroy the gallows where it most to be placed on quarantine. Okay. Talk between Ferelden and Orlais took place in Jadar, and it was not easy to keep matters from spiraling out of control. King Alistair is no diplomat after all, and a little patience for the endless fanfare. Thankfully, the Orlaisians are uninterested in more war. Be able to smooth their way towards the eventual peace treaty. The king sent along a sword that once belonged to Ferelden King. Oh, the Avenger sword. Oh, wow. And oh, yes. Ooh, Griffin mail armor. The hero Ferelden made contact, left a letter to be delivered to Inquisitor. Things that misses. Very good. I definitely need to talk to Liliana about that. Let's see. They were missing on the sword close. The horrors of histories. That might be more interesting to deal with, but let's do Harvest of Histories with this. Yeah, I'll have Liliana look in on that.
Let's see what we have.
God, there's so much to work with.
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I am not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
Okay, complete his research using the librarium and stuff. So blackmail them. They would undoubtedly do the same to us if the position is a little brutal, but I do trust Josephine in these matters.
Inquisitor.
He's gonna be long. We're probably not gonna be done with that for a bit. Suffering, try west. Defeat the Boucha thing, and since we're kind of at that point, might as well. All right. Well, hopefully it goes well.
To work?
All right. Well, let's get out of here. Now, if I am correct, because I did manage to. Okay, let's actually take a peek at what that looks like. Not like I can use it. Oh, but it looks nice. Now, if I recall, there's a... Yep, there it is. Like, once you unlock certain aspects on the connections, it opens up a nice little place.
There's no end of it. I can store an army.
No know from Skyhold Kitchen, so if I ever find out, put the turn. Huh. Oh, this is where my wine is. I guess this is where the wine I've been collecting goes. Interesting. A wine cellar. A random dwarvish statue. This is interesting. What do we have here? Huh. Huh. An ancient archive. I have more questions than I have answers. And what's a treasure vault? That is amazing. Oh my god, just listen to that glittering gold. I like it. I like so much about this. Anyway, gonna have a quick talk with Morrigan.
Hear my cry. Seat me by your side in death. Make me one within your glory, and let the world once more see your favor.
Leliana gave me the note that the hero of Ferelden included for me. She may even have left it sealed. A pity. You would have learned things that could make even an Orlaisian blush. Now, was there anything else?
You seem to know a great deal about elven law.
The Dalish are not the only ones interested in the distant past, Inquisitor. Indeed, my skills allow me access to places the Dalish dare not even dream of. The ancient elves hold secrets they have not yet given up. Secrets about the foundation of Thedas itself. Thus, they are my focus. Corypheus clearly feels the same.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Soldiers are camped outside Skyhold in numbers that would give any nation pause. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
We have to defeat him first, then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah yes, whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kakari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celene.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kokari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. We became close. Closer than I even thought possible. When I left, he pursued me. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kieran was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother inquisitor. I had no good example to follow. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
It's nice to hear that about her. Actually, that reminds me. I'm just gonna do a quick chatty chat with Solus. See if he has any personal opinions regarding Morrigan.
My friend. Perhaps you could ask Sarah. She has opinions.
If I wanted Sarah's opinions, I'd be talking to her.
And learning some colorful new idioms, no doubt. What do you wish to know?
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Shiral. But Hallam Shiral was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvenan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps or Dalish Erebels. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
I'd like to know more about the Dalish elves.
It is a mistake to think of the Dalish as a single group. They have lived as separate clans for centuries now. As a consequence, each clan has learned, interpreted, and forgotten different parts of elven history. Some trade freely with humans, or adopt city elves who flee the alienages. Others attack humans on sight.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
Is elven magic different from the magic used by humans?
No and yes. Magic is magic, just as water is water, but it can be used in different ways. Dalish magic is more practical, not needing Chantry approval, although they still frown on blood magic. Superstition. Much of it is more subtle. A legacy from when elves were immortal.
Legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of their nature. Some spells took years to cast. Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new magic in an unending symphony. It must have been beautiful.
You said that the censure against blood magic was a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic. Publicly, even Tevinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
To be honest, I don't see it as different from any other magic. It's a means to an end.
Indeed. The problem is that under the Chantry, blood magic is forbidden, so only criminals practice it. While in Tevinter, magisters compete with each other, instead of keeping their volatile friends in check. They always succeed through power, so they have never had the chance to learn another way.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Okay, well, that's enough of that. Okay, I believe I have some things I have to take care of. Let's see. I believe I'm going to need Vedic, Cassandra, and Vivienne might be able to help me on this, given their rank. This doesn't particularly look good, but...
certain of these rumors?
How is it that you know anything about it?
You forget, sire. Before I became a servant at the palace, I was with one of the Dalish clans.
Ah, yes. I keep forgetting because you don't have those ridiculous markings.
I was too young. Long ago as it was, I remember the early wilds.
Let's see if I can sneak over there real quick. Oh, there's a third one now. Awesome. There we go. What kind of necklace did I give Varric? Well, you're probably gonna need this anyway. Okay. And when I get back to Skyhold, I'll level us all up. Any event, let's see what's going on over here.
Cyril Mornay, for your crimes against the Empire of Orlais. For the murders of General Vincent Callier, Lady Laurette Callier, their 4 children, and their retainers. You are sentenced to be hanged from the neck until dead. Do you have anything to say in your defense? Well.
Well, this is grim.
Look at all these people. I thought we were more civilized than this.
Proceed. Stop! A Grey Warden.
This man is innocent of the crimes laid before him. Orders were given and he followed them like any good soldier. He should not die for that mistake.
Then find me the man who gave the order.
Oh, shit.
Blackwall!
No, I am not Blackwall. I never was Blackwall. Warden Blackwall is dead, and has been for years. I assumed his name to hide like a coward from who I really am. You After all this time. It's over. I'm done hiding. I gave the order. The crime is mine. I am Tom Rainier.
Busy days.
Everyone's scared out of their minds. Can't blame them.
We'll get
Can you believe it? Tom Rainier himself.
fury shit, aren't you? You must know something about Rainier.
I know what everyone knows. He'll hang for the massacre of a noble and his family.
Where did they take the prisoner?
In the jail of the marketplace. If you've goodbyes to say them now. It's a damned mess, but believe you me, it'll be sorted out quick. Lots of people can't wait to see that man swing. Guess not.
God damn it, Blackwall.
And when it all cleared, she was still in charge. So what was the point?
You would not believe.
Ugh, just one stupid thing after another, isn't it? Ah, there's my weapon.
I didn't take Blackwall's life. I traded his death. He wanted me for the Wardens, but there was an ambush. Darkspawn. He was killed. I took his name to stop the world from losing a good man. But a good man, the man he was, wouldn't have let another die in his place.
You saved that man. That took courage.
Courage? I killed innocent people. Destroyed Mornay's life and the lives of others like him. One moment of courage will not make up for that. Why are you here?
That depends on what you say.
Don't you understand? I gave the order to kill Lord Callier, his entourage, and I lied to my men about what they were doing. When it came to light, I ran. Those men, my men, paid for my treason, while I was pretending to be a better man. This is what I am. A murderer, a traitor, a monster.
Would a monster have given himself up? Somewhere along the line, you stopped pretending.
Yes.
I need to know about Blackwall. The real Blackwall.
We met in a tavern when I was on the run. I was nothing. A waste of life. But he wanted to recruit me. We headed to Valshavan for the joining. But Blackwall insisted on making a stop along the way. An old ruin from one of the previous blights. He said it led to the deep roads. I was to go down alone, find a darkspawn, and
fill a vial with its blood. When I returned, I found the warden ambushed by more of the creatures. He took a blow for me. He shouldn't have died. It should have been me.
Not saying I disagree, but Blackwall clearly thought you were worth saving.
No one should have died for me. He would have wanted me to carry on to Valchavan, I'm certain. But without Blackwall, there was no proof that I'd been recruited. That I didn't kill him. I couldn't go to the Wardens. But I couldn't just walk away. So, Rainier died. And Blackwall lived.
Who were you before this mess?
I was a captain in the Orlesian army. Well regarded, respected. But it wasn't enough. One mistake. One mistake and everything I worked for fell apart.
The man on the gallows, Mornay. Who was he?
My second in command. He was a good man. When I heard he'd been caught, I was resolved to stop his execution. Couldn't let another die for my mistake.
I need to know the details of what you did. Who you killed. Why?
I betrayed the Empire and assassinated a general, all for gold. The man was General Vincent Callier. My employer was a Chevalier, Robert Chapuis. Sir Robert believed that Grand Duke Gaspard was the rightful ruler of Orlais and would eventually take the throne. He thought that by eliminating one of Celene's loyal supporters, he might endear himself to the true Emperor. I can't say if Robert's plan would have worked. I didn't care. There was good coin offered, and I took it. By the time Sir Robert's involvement was uncovered, I was long gone. Of course, the Grand Duke disavowed any knowledge of the act and publicly condemned it. Robert killed himself. Poison in his wine. Another victim of the great game.
You got your men to help you. What did you tell them?
They didn't know who they were attacking. I told them it was an important mission. They trusted me without question. Just as your men trust you.
Armies are weapons. Weapons don't wield themselves.
Weapons don't have lives, families, dreams. An army is not just a weapon.
My reports say that Callier was with his family. You had them all slaughtered.
I didn't know Callier would be traveling with his family. I assumed only soldiers, armed guards. My men had been told to eliminate everyone. They'd seen war. They thought they were defending their country. No one likes to think about that. But it's names that carry power in this world. Bloodlines. Heirs. No matter how leaders like Celene or Gaspard pretend the game is played, that's how real war is waged.
That shouldn't be how wars are fought. There's no need.
War is unfair, and the sky is blue. But you're right. There was no need for what I did.
There's another thing I'm still wondering.
Yes?
That's all for now.
Oh, shit. How am I gonna deal with this?
I have Liliana's report on Tom Rainier.
This is helpful, or at least educational.
Don't blame yourself. We all made this mistake. What do we do now? Blackwall... Rainier has accepted his fate, but you don't have to. We have resources. If he's released to us, you may pass judgment on him yourself.
Have Rainier released to us.
We must move quickly. We can explore our options back at Skyhold.
Okay. Order the advisors to find a way. Yeah. Oh boy, this is not a good thing. Not a good at all. Oh boy. Okay, let's explore options. That's a good thing. Options are a good thing.
Your worship.
If I can have him simply release to us, this will be easier. Huh. Tom Rainer's fate. Resist us. I think it
You
works.
seem to enjoy yourself at the Winter Palace, Liliana. Or was that part of the game?
Perhaps it was both.
Happened. Yeah, I'm gonna go the diplomatic approach to take care of him. They owe us a lot, and we're currently blackmailing the hell out of all of them. So I'd rather do that than have him believe, because he's just, like, what if he decides to stick, whatever. Nope, nope. I trust Josephine on this. Alright. Definitely will have to talk to him afterwards, but for now he is spared. Well, for now I have to still judge him.
For judgment this day, Inquisitor, I must present Captain Tom Rainier, formerly known to us as Warden Blackwall. His crimes... well, you are aware of his crimes. It was no small expense to bring him here, but the decision of what to do with him is now yours.
I didn't think this would be easy, but it's harder than I thought.
Another thing to regret. What did you have to do to release me?
Josephine called in a few favors. There are enough people out there who owe the Inquisition.
And what happens to the reputation the Ambassador has so carefully cultivated? The world will learn how you've used your influence. They'll know the Inquisition is corrupt.
Once the world is back to normal, no one will even remember this.
I'll remember. I accepted my punishment. I was ready for all this to end. Why would you stop it? What becomes of me now?
Blackwall intended you join the Wardens. I will let them decide your fate, but only when Corypheus is dead. For now, Tom Rainier, the Inquisition needs you.
As you command.
Blackwall gave you the chance to atone through action, not merely punishment. I find I can do no less.
I am grateful for this, Inquisitor. And I will serve for as long as I can.
Yeah, that's... better have a conversation with him.
Inquisitor.
How shall I refer to you? Rainier or Blackwall?
I've gotten used to Blackwall. Perhaps we could treat it as less of a name and more of a title. Almost like Inquisitor. Reminds me of what I ought to be.
Everyone needs something to aspire to.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay, well, there is some more shit that has to be taken care of. But let me just quickly run over to the table, because Colin is ready to report. Has been killed along with anything to match Argerton Forum recent actions. The Grey Warren suffered too many losses to any further acceptance. Sent their personal effects to. We lost a lot of men, but I feel it was worth it. Watches of the wing, unmatch that. Consequences of Blackwall's lie. I will hold off on that. Let's aid those impacted by the Civil War. I believe, yeah.
All right.
Okay. Alright. Alright, let's see. You now lunge forward to shield blast. You've engaged gently and good. Enemy struck with shield blast does no damage for the next 10 for next attack. Nah. Now hits harder if you are stealth or haven't taken damage recently. Struggling to see at a distance, you can now use Shadow Strike against ranged targets. I feel that it's a little better. Dispel now weakens magical attacks affect enemies. Dispelling magic has status increases own spell damages. So that actually could be quite useful. Longshot rips through enemies along its path. The momentary target hit. Longshot do more damage at greater ranges. So firing at longer distances is actually quite useful. Okay, that's taken care of. Let's take care of this. I would very much like to have Cassandra, Cole, and Vivian. I think that would be the best option.
just as I remember it.
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
After the Blight ended, I came here to see Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother.
It's peaceful here. You must have good memories of this place.
It was a place of comfort. It is good to see it still untouched by Corypheus.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lord, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
I wish more people would fail to recognize me.
Oh, I see.
Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch. No fear of darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
I was in the cloister in Lothering when the blight began. There was a lot of fear back then. No one knew what was going to happen, whether we would live or die. I found a single bloom on a dead rose bush, and I thought, it's all this. Life finds a way. The Maker has
There we go.
abandoned us. Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. We'd never give up the traditions of our most beloved divine.
That is lovely to hear. I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes, spectacular, isn't it? What was that? Looks like we opened something.
Oh boy.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Liliana, stop. What are you doing?
I'm protecting us. They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickle weird burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept her ideas to herself. I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric planned here.
She sent Natalie here to see what Justinia was hiding, no?
The Inquisition has turned Thedas away from the true Chantry. It must be stopped.
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us. Join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Release her, Leliana. She's no threat.
The Grand Cleric?
She is one woman. We are the Inquisition.
The Inquisitor has spoken. Run. Tell your mistress that she has a choice. The Inquisition is coming. No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
Check again. Perhaps the box itself is a puzzle. She seemed the puzzling sort.
No, it's just an empty box. There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The Divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. Just like I'd been used in the past. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia gambled with the fate of nations. She needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
If it were not for you, I would have killed Natalie and called it a good thing. Thank you for showing me what was right when I couldn't see it for myself. There are things that must be said, but not here. I will see you back at Skyhold.
Well, again, what the legitimate hell? Why? That's all I can really say.
Oh, my maker, you cannot imagine how many letters I've received about the fracas at Halam Shiral. Fortunately, you tied twice as many threads as cut, although it is yet bewildering at the center.
There are problems coming out of Halam Shiral.
There are always problems from Halam Shiral. We've lost a few contracts, but more than made up for it. Although, if a few commendations were given, it might retie some severed threads. I couldn't suggest how. That is better decided at your war table, and I'm not going near that thing.
As you were.
We are here for you, Inquisitor.
Okay.
Of course. Another time.
One day, please.
All right. Anyway.
Grand Cleric Victoire has offered the Ambassador support for the Inquisition.
Ah, Natalie is as persuasive as ever.
I'm told that Ambassador Montillier is pleased with the restraint you showed in Valence.
She's positively beside herself. I will never hear the end of it.
Niceness before knives, Liliana. Haven't I always told you?
Will that be all, my lady?
For now.
I love making new friends, don't you?
It was a gamble, Inquisitor, but it paid off. If you hadn't been with me at Valence, I would have killed Natalie. I'd have told you that I didn't have a choice. But there is always a choice. I am more than this. I am more than what Justinia made me.
What does this mean for my Inquisition? Will you still be my spy master?
Of course. I would not give up my post. Not after everything we've built. I just know now that I shouldn't ignore my heart. Mercy is not always a weakness.
Do you resent Justinia for what she did?
How can I when there is so much between us? When she gave her life for peace? No, I believe her intentions were pure. Most intentions are.
You've exceeded her. She could never have imagined the power you now hold.
And now I will know how to use that power wisely. I have to stay true to who I really am, before a spy master, left hand or bard. I almost lost myself.
And Liliana, this is why I feel like you should be the next Divine. Let's see if I can do that.
I'm listening.
Anything I should know?
Celene has cemented power in Orlais. Good, we need an ally like her. At the moment, she's said to be rooting out the last of Gaspard's supporters. Once that is done, we will have a united Orlais behind the Inquisition.
I'll leave you to your work.
Alright. Alright, let's just do a quick check. Anything here? Nope. Oh, whoops. Alright. Anything here? Felindrus, which I cannot procure. And the dragon. Nope. Anything here? Nope. Just the dragon. Anything here? Is that one thing that has already been finished? Just the dragon. Okay. Anything here? Nope, just dragon. Salted Plains. Alright, I believe I could go in with, let's see. Let's go with Varric, Vivian, and Iron Bull.
Nothing to report, sir.
Oh, wait. I could have just hopped to the garrison here. Because that just leads here. And I've been that way. I don't actually know if I can go this way, but this seems to be the best option. If not, I'll have to go through that stupid cave network again. Yep, cave network. Damn it. Maybe not.
My boots squelch when I lift my feet. Why did we spend time and effort opening a path?
Oh, good. Huh. Neat.
Like dragon territory. Oh, this is gonna be good.
There's our prey. There we go. Alright, nothing else here. Honestly, we should probably hand that information over to him. It's been so long, I kind of forgot that I had to turn in that mission to him anyway.
This might interest you, sir.
Don't care about requisition. I am so high up, I don't need that.
After more than 30 days, I have yet to observe the Abyssal High Dragon in... Oh. Yes? Can I assist you?
My people have translated that Tevinter manuscript.
Studies on dragon hunting patterns? Migrations? Ha! Durant's theory that dragons can't see the color blue is refuted. With those dreadful raiders out of the way, we can finally lure out the Abyssal High Dragon. You should have the honor, my friend. I've made note of the appropriate spots in the wastes for you to place lures. Place this bait, and then wait. It will be a momentous achievement in draconology.
I'm off to plant the bait for the High Dragon.
I cannot wait to hear your observations. You must make note of how she circles the hunting area.
We'll have to speak some other time.
Okay. Yeah, the Abyssal High Dragon. Right. I'll get right to that later. Alright, let's turn that into Vivienne. I should still talk to Liliana when I get the chance. See if I can pitch her to be the next Divine.
Here is the request Harriet made. Are there any special instructions? Far be it for me to suggest a...
What can I do for you, my dear? Is it too much to hope that you've brought me the heart of the snowy wyvern?
If you want the wyvern's heart, you'll tell me what you're using it for.
I can do better, darling. Give me the heart, and I'll show you what it's for. Will that suffice?
All right. One heart as requested.
How kind of you. Please accept this as your payment. I must begin work immediately. You have been a dear friend, and I would like you to come with me.
Didn't mean it to sound rude. Sorry. Sorry, Vivienne.
This should only take a moment, Inquisitor. I'm here, my darling. Yes, darling.
It's going to be all right, my love.
My darling? Bastien?
Vivienne, I'm sorry.
There's nothing here now.
Well, shit. That, definitely went wrong. Honestly, did not mean to be rude to her. It's my fault for not fully reading the options. But it should be fine. She can handle that disapproval. If anything, it might mean she won't be divine. Because I do not want her to be divine. I want Liliana to be the divine.
Bastien is dead. I can hardly believe. It was the Wintersend Ball. My first visit to the Imperial Palace. The Circle sent a dozen of us to entertain the nobility. I was in awe of everyone and everything, and then our eyes met. Bastien spent the entire ball at my side. The Dowager tried to have him killed for slighting her, but he didn't care.
Falling in love across a crowded ballroom. Sounds like something out of a children's story.
He was a dashing rogue, and any defects he might have had were made up for with rank and importance. It was a more innocent time, I suppose. And now he's gone, and I must write to his son Laurent. And his sister will make a terrible fuss if she isn't informed first. And I'll need to arrange for the Chantry services. Maker only knows how long that will take.
If I can help you, just say the word.
No, my dear. I'll handle everything. Excuse me, I have so much to do.
Oh, got a new throne. It's better than the hat I already gave you. It is not, but it is your hat. Yeah. I mean, come on, I gave Iron Bull that thing. Alright, so let's try to have another talk with Liliana.
I'm listening.
I'll leave you to your work.
Alright. I could technically dye her helmet to be a slightly different color. I might actually do that real quick in the undercross. Might as well. So this has definitely been, I think, one of the shorter videos of my Inner Circle, but it's not like I did a lot going on with the Inner Circle, so... Aw, I'm out of Dawnstone. I think I gave her... silverish, but I think I can at least do something. I can't really do bloodstone without do it, but I suppose keeping her. Silverite might eat up a little more space. No, silverite might not eat up as much space. I could basically do silverite. Summerstone, stone heart. And it does do that. It would be a bit of an expense, though. But having her dressed in silverite might actually be interesting. Because it is very powerful in metal. Dressing her up in bloodstone. I mean, Everite's not a bad one. Then there's Neverite. Nevarite, which is a little purple, but it might be in season to basically do that. So I think that might actually be nice. Put her in a nice purplish attire. Nice wyvern scale boots. Royal Sea silk. I could actually. Let's see, the Dale's wood. That does add an interesting color palette to it. What if I did this into the Dale's wool, actually? It's a slight change to it, but it accentuates it more, so I think, yes, that will do. Okay! I think that ate up enough time I cared to eat up. Let's just take care of the thing that Cullen wants, and then we can wrap up this video. Marcus Chevalier Seal was an honor to fight alongside Solar Inquisition, Demon still a chance, you were impressive army commander. Alliance Singapore. Oh, very nice. Very nice, very nice. And let's the consequences. Written in fine things, signed by Joseph. Issue Tom Maria has been settled, but his deception has fired the consequences. I was going truly might not have found ourselves not quite prison as it is. I received messages from all quarters demanding we make reparations. Signed by Cullen. Alright, did we embarrass the Duchy of the Sahara by stepping on her gown, or was the sky torn open? Do we want to behind? Yes, we won't always be a war. I'm trusting Cullen on this one.
Inquisitor,
Okay, I'm going to trust Cullen's judgment on that. But in any event, that's it for the inner circle, I believe. We're going to be going to Emperor de Lorne finally, because the last things I need are an Emperor de Lorne. Raid the Core, which is in Emperor de Lorne. So yeah, that's the next on our list. So thank you all so much for watching. Share, subscribe, let me know what you think. Leave comments below, and I'll be with you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.